wycelono.
そう風林武破これが旧刃の目お買いなさい歴史の中に消えてしまいなさい
急に心誰一人逃がしません悪党邪道全部退散
Na? There you are. I've already heard the report on your battle. Now for our report. We eliminated Zhang Jue. But he disappeared the same way he did in the assassination mission, so I've not been able to confirm that he was the real Zhang Jue. What about Siegfried? I see he hadn't returned with you. He and Kriemhild died together, but hey, at least we got the Holy Grails of her first. I see. However, we have all three grails, yet the singularity persists. This must be his doing. An earthquake? No, this must be... An emergency transmission? No, wait. What is this? Congratulations, members of the Righteous Reinstatement Alliance Army. The rebellion against proper human history has been brought to an end, and the singularity will collapse. Or so you believed. I'm surprised you are patching us into this call too. Who are you? My name is James Moriarty. I'm a foreign disciple and the last servant who still rebels against proper human history. Well, hello there, Bradamante and Johanna. Long time no see. I didn't expect to see you two swayed by your emotions, but I did account for the possibility. No use crying over spilled milk. You were originally on proper human history's side anyway. This singularity just happened to inflame your existing This singularity just happened to inflame your existing passions. You may be right, but do you also mean to say the same isn't true for you? Of course. Uniting the three realms was merely a necessary ritual, regardless of who ultimately did so. A ritual, huh? I see, but then it seems you are no different after all. Oh? In what regard? You said the singularity didn't affect you. But I don't buy it. Oh, I see. Yes, perhaps you are right. Lord Holmes? Lord Marcisław? What's going on? Who is this man? Well now, if it isn't Don Quixote de la Mancha, the great teller of tall tales in the flesh. And your companion there would seem to be Sancho, Dulcinea, Rocinante, oh, and... One more word about my inner workings and I will sue you for sexual harassment. Okej, to się... to... Złapane w 4K. Whoa, well there's a response I certainly didn't account for. Good, you two are just fine. Not that you will last much longer either way though. Well, will you? So it would seem. It looks like our role in this has come to an end. Yes, it would seem so. Well, congratulations to both of you. Oh yes, thanks to your valiant efforts, this singularity will be sticking around forever. So everything you've done here has been meaningless. Tell me, how does it feel? That's your big revelation? Young man, as I have a great deal more experience than you, let me tell you a little secret. War has always been meaningless. Life is itself all but meaningless. But that doesn't mean we should just throw up our hands and give it to despair. There's nothing wrong with being a little delusional, as long as you treat those delusions with respect. I was enthralled by my dream of becoming a knight, and so I did my best to live like one. If you are determined to be a knight, real or not, you can't go around robbing and stealing like a common thief, can you? Not to mention, this particular war was special. You know why? It did have meaning. Marcisław and his companions are still alive. I see. Okay, everyone, it looks like we will be taking our leave a little ahead of the rest of you. Let's go, Sancho. My sir already said just about everything I wanted to, so I have nothing to add. Goodbye, everyone. You too, Lord Moriarty. Oh, but before we go, I have something I'd like to give you in lieu of being more helpful. Minerva. Oh, Minerva. She should be a faithful scout for you right up to this singularity's final moments. Well, sir, shall we? Indeed. Farewell. Alright, buddy. What do you want from us anyway? Why, a fight, of course. I want a showdown with Chaldea, or more specifically, with Sherlock Holmes. I see, naturally I accept. After all, you are my greatest rival. Perfect. Then now we can pit our wits against one another, fair and square. Should your mind outperform even my expectations, mister, then this match will be yours. But if your abilities are as I expect them to be, victory will be mine. Come, Sherlock Holmes, show me what you've got. Where will I find you? I've prepared a stage for us in the very center of this singularity, where all three realms' borders meet. I call it Reichenbach Falls. Fitting, don't you think? Yes, I suppose it is. Alright then, goodbye, mister. Goodbye, Chaldea. Goodbye, all you fair servants. So James Moriarty has finally shown himself. Although I still don't understand his role in this singularity. When he paid us a visit, he advised us to unite the three realms and warned us about Chaldea, but that was all. I get the sense he didn't really care about any of us at all. In fact, he may not even care about this singularity. I think all he wants is to settle things with Chaldea. And especially with his arch-rival. It looks like this is as far as Johanna and I go too. It's been a long and winding road, but above all, it's been an honor to fight by your side. I do need to say though, even now that the realms have been united, Part of me still aches to rebel. That's really how you feel, huh? Yes, it is, Your Imperial Majesty. I really hope I get summoned normally next time. Well, goodbye. It's time I was on my way too, but I will be praying from the bottom of my heart. I still can't fully shake my revulsion for proper human history, but I won't let that stop me from praying for your safety. Besides, if it produced an emperor with a smile as kind and gentle as Constantinos's, then proper human history couldn't be all bad. In fact, right now I can answer your question with pride, Charlemagne. Yes, I can put my beef aside to answer that wish. Alright, good luck everyone. With few exceptions, every servant in this singularity felt at least some desire to rebel. This was a consequence of their master's influence, not the foreign disciples. No, that's not right. Countless command spells were used on all sides while the war was ongoing. That remains our greatest clue. As I suspected, Moriarty is only a foreign disciple, not their master. That's enough, Holmes. We need to set off at once. You're right. My apologies. That said, I'm afraid I'm still unable to repair the damage to my spirit origin. I would only slow you down when you face Moriarty. It seems it would be better for me to return to Chaldea's spirit origin graph rather than add to Master's magical energy burden. Charlemagne, father to us all, will you watch over Master in my stead? To that end, it isn't much, but I want you to have the magical energy I would have needed to incarnate. I appreciate the thought, but unfortunately I'm kind of a big hitter. It'd only keep me going for another minute or so, if that. An extra minute should be more than enough for you, am I wrong? Heh, maybe not. Well, Master Caddock Holmes, I shall await your return back home. Thanks for everything, Count. Servant return signal received. We will get him to the infirmary as soon as he gets back. The end of this singularity is nearly in sight now. Let's keep it up for the final push, everyone. I'd like some kind of reward when we get back. Yes, that's fine with me. Is there something in particular you want? That collar Caddock has. I like it, give me one. Yep, all sorts of things. A delicious meal, okay. A game many players can play at once, okay. Just so you know, I'm not going to join you for that, alright? Now, what else? A nice warm bath in a big tub, okay. A bed where you can get plenty of sleep, okay. Very well, I will do what I can to make that happen. Now then, Minerva, would you kindly scout ahead for us? Huh? Juju? No, it was a Taoist amulet. It looks like she just made it so you couldn't miss it. It looks like there's a letter here. Let's see. Hey, if you are reading this, then I must have died in battle. Damn it. Actually, maybe we won and I just disappeared after. Well, either way. The point is, you all helped me a bunch and I helped you a bunch too. So before I go, I wanted to leave you with one last bit of info. I think that each servant has a different master. See, I tried to divine something about my own master with my Taoist arts and I said kind, forgiving, understanding, why, but I still can't forgive them. That's what they were thinking when they summoned me. But when I tried the same divination on another servant, it said, kill, unforgivable, they can pay with their lives and it still won't be enough. Why? Later on, that same servant went over from the righteous realm to the revenge realm after our war against the reinstatement realm. It made me think the reason each servant has different degrees of revulsion towards proper human history is because, well, we each have different masters. Czyli co, pozostałości po ludziach, którzy zostali wybieleni? Na początku arku? And if that's true, it would mean there are so many masters here as servants. Hell, maybe there even used to be more. Anyway, I thought this might be helpful, so I just wanted to let you know. Bye. Multiple masters. It's possible, but then that would mean... Hey Sherlock, mind if we do our thinking on the way? I don't have a lot of time left here. I might even disappear right as we reach this Reichenbach Falls place. Yeah, right, my apologies. Let's be on our way. Fortunately, we still have that golem drone carriage the casters made. If we drive it at full speed, we should make it there in time and conserve your magical energy. Thanks, pal. Alright, I think I will rest up in my spirit form for a while then. Well, this is awkward. Kadok? You have some suspicions about me, yes? Yeah, I do. When do you figure it out? Probably quite a bit before you would expect. And do you suspect me even now? I'm not sure. Maybe it was all in my head? You sure didn't seem to be holding back in any of the fights we've been in. Well, I did always make sure to keep some fuel in the tank, so to speak. Because Moriarty's here, I get it. Can I ask you something? About the Moriarty here and the older Moriarty you guys met in Shinjuku. Is there any difference between them? Good question. Nie aż tak dużo. As I said, the older Moriarty liked to play evil. As someone who was malevolently charismatic, he strove for something that transcended both good and evil alike. At least that was my impression of the man. But the Moriarty we encountered here is the opposite. He is actively attempting to be evil. Impressive as his servant powers may be, he seems rather a novice in matters of evil. However, he won't stay that way forever. At least that is not the sense I have of him. That being said, I'm not the only one here who's familiar with him. What do you think, Mr. Marcisław? I think that young Moriarty doesn't really care about me. Is that so? What about the old one? Old one to był dziadzia. He was pretty different when we formed a master-servant team. Rację, zapomniałem, że on te fajne momenty to miał z Kadokiem. So does this mean his foreign disciple powers affecting his personality? That is certainly one possibility. However, thus far we have seen 3 other disciples: Rasputin, Limbo, and Senji Muramasa. Let's put Rasputin aside for the moment, since we've had almost no contact with him. Despite containing 2 divine spirits within his body, Mr. Muramasa's personality seemed to be entirely his own. Limbo is far more suspicious, but we also know too little to say for certain. It's entirely possible that chaotic persona was in fact his own. As for Moriarty, I didn't see any significant difference in his personality between his old and young incarnations. That aside, the abilities you have told us of are certainly astonishing. So there were seemingly no attacks that were able to touch him, There are a few beings I could name who were known for being invincible. You mean like Achilles or Vritra? Precisely. Under certain conditions, these heroes are able to nullify any and all attacks directed at them. If that holds true for Moriarty as well, we should be able to determine his weaknesses if we can uncover which divine spirits have been embedded in him. I have a database of mythology from around the world right here. I just hope it proves useful if you need it. That's Minerva. It would seem we've arrived. Fajne miejsce. Takie mokre. Death of a Detective. Section 21st. Death of a Detective. Holmes? My apologies. This place brings back powerful memories for me. I don't blame you. You did die here, after all, but so did Moriarty. That should be, but... Indeed, I certainly have no fond memories of this place. But that's just the sort of obstacle one must overcome if one intends to alter fate. Don't you agree, mister? James Moriarty. Well, mister, did you find the answers you were looking for? Were you able to determine my identity, my goal, my truth? Up, looks like we are up, master. Wait, not just yet. Huh? Let me fight him one-on-one. Seriously? Absolutely. Something tells me I need to do this alone. All at once, Holmes seemed to flicker like a mirage. I'm guessing he saw the same thing. I don't know if he asked Holmes to wait or grabbed his coat to try and stop him, but either way, Holmes just only smiled and shrugged it off. Was he sure about this?
Are you sure about that?
Of course not, but... Are you sure about this? Whatever you do, just come back. Of course. Even I could tell he was just saying that. Hello, mister. There's a mystery here. I used to think the only mysteries that couldn't be solved were those with pieces missing. But perhaps I'm the one who's missing something important? In which case, I expect fighting you should allow me to regain whatever that may be. Only if you win, of course. I will. You won't beat me. Of that, I'm absolutely certain. I missed. No, it wasn't that. As I thought my attack failed to function as an attack. I didn't even feel an impact from striking his body. The entire attack was nullified. I knew it. It's just as I suspected. To tell the truth, I have no memories of you at all. Perhaps it's because I was summoned in my youthful form? My memories of my life end with my youth. That's why I had such high hopes for you, Sherlock Holmes, my sworn enemy. You were meant to be the only detective who could match my intellect, oppose my cruelty. But you seem to have missed something vital, right up to your final moments. Oh, and what would that be? That the moment you stood before me, you had already lost. And now I will show you why. Here he comes. Holmes. Apologies. I must have been lost in thought. I must say, this is quite unusual for a human like me. Human? Yes, of course, I may be a servant now, but in life I was human. There are many different kinds of servants out there. Some are descended from gods. Some use divine spirits for their foundation, but as one would expect, most of them are human. Matko Boska, jaki on jest przystojny. Hey there, Mr. Holmes. Do I know you? I feel hazy, as though I were in a dream. Oh, I was just hoping you could give me the answer to a mystery I've been wondering about. Don't listen to him, Holmes. No, my dear Watson, mysteries demand an answer. Thank you, Holmes. Alright, here is my question. This mystery has endured for as long as the singularity itself. Who is the master you were summoned to serve? I've asked and been asked that question myself numerous times. Was it the Holy Grail in the fourth singularity, a chain summon that arose from my bond to Henry Jekyll? Every time I face the question, I've come up with a plausible answer that suits the situation. But I can't ignore the truth any longer, because now, at long last, the answer to the mystery of me has finally clicked into place. Wow. Mr. Holmes, I am well aware that the plot to incinerate humanity has already succeeded and that I have no means to counter it. Yet even so, there is a request I wish to make of you. If and when humankind manages to resolve the incineration of humanity, another threat is sure to follow. The incineration of humanity is an erasure of human history's past. But why did it begin in 2018? I sense speeding crisis in that year. The incineration of humanity is not what stops history from developing beyond 2019. There was never anything beyond 2019. The King of Mages could see that as well as I can. That is why he began collecting the resources from 2018 backwards. This is the mystery I want you to solve. How did the incineration of humanity come about? What created the singularities? That's right. Sherlock Holmes was summoned to London, accepted Sir Babbage's request and travelled from the fourth singularity to the sixth. Because I had been told that was where I would find 3 Hermes, the Atlas Institute's Spiritron computer. Caldea's command room was unable to record these events thanks to the Atlas Institute's comms interference, thereby completely preventing Leonardo da Vinci and Romani Arcaman from learning about them. This meant that a larger question was indefinitely postponed. Could a heroic spirit summoned by the land itself migrate to a wholly different land without a master? Theoretically, such a thing was perfectly possible. It was one of my abilities as a great detective. But if Romani Arcaman had heard of this, he would surely have thought of a different possibility. That Sherlock Holmes was summoned by a sentient entity, a master. Who would that master be? The answer is obvious. My orders were to join Chaldea in the fight against the King of Mages, plot and spy on them. My orders were to join Chaldea in the fight against King of Mages' plot and spy on them. And the only being who would give a servant such a mission is the foreign god. The foreign god summoned me. I've been the foreign god's servant since this all began. The foreign god's first disciple. Good grief, I have no memory of that whatsoever, but the circumstantial evidence is undeniable. I must have sealed my own memories away, forgotten that I was actually the foreign god's disciple. I don't know if I did so to gain Chaldea's trust or escape the foreign god's control. With the memories of my summoning sealed off, I will never know for sure. But I can deduce what most likely happened. I obeyed the foreign god's commands when I was summoned. Much as I would like to believe I would never do such a thing, I must accept that I did. It is an irrefutable fact. So then, what was my motive? I wasn't brainwashed. I'm certain I agreed to answer the foreign god's summon after successfully negotiating with her. So what reason could Sherlock Holmes possibly have to obey her? The foreign god summoned me to London, and then she sent me to find 3 Hermes. Singularities, proper human history, lost belts, trees of emptiness, star shapes, universe forms, god figures. The celestial bodies began unobservable and numerous galaxies. Celestial bodies became unobservable and numerous galaxies stood tall on Earth's surface. What incredible is isolation, what incredible solitude. It's as though this very planet were cut off from the rest of the universe. Our world is already hollow, empty and void. Therefore, I see. Yes, that would be reason enough for me to obey. I erased my own records, my own memories. But I didn't do so to hide the fact that I was actually the disciple of the foreign god. I erased my memories of being the foreign god's disciple because so long as I had them, I would have to obey the foreign god. That is who I am. This is Sherlock Holmes. This is not a matter of betraying humanity or even Chaldea. No, I fabricated this clumsy cover story so I could betray my own principles. My summoned self as inscribed in human history was a cold, calculating man, a man who made his deductions without regard for good or evil. So I created another self, one who acted with concern for good, one the people of Chaldea would find endearing, one like my own past, or perhaps fantastical self. I see, so that's what happened. Holmes? Watson? Or are you Yelena? You don't seem to be the small Da Vinci. Or perhaps you are Mr. Marcisław? Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, no matter how improbable, must be the truth. Though still broadly true, there is one flaw in this theory of mine. It doesn't account for situations in which finding the truth would put myself and those around me in danger. That is why I simply ignored this mystery. I sealed the entire problem away outside my thought processes before I could arrive at a conclusion. That's enough, you don't have to say anymore. But now that seal has been broken, it couldn't be clearer who summoned the Revealer. I am a disciple of the foreign god. My job is to... Holmes? Ever since I was summoned, other things have filled in for what I was missing. This allowed me to see many truths, see through them, and arrive at the correct answer. But right now, that's not what matters. I now know what Moriarty is after. I know what his goal is in this singularity. It's Chaldea. But then, maybe that's not a problem? This man looking down at me is young, wild, and deliberate, but he's also arrogant and conceited. So he is all but certain to reveal his objective to the others. So all I have to do is tell them what sort of power this Moriarty possesses. I see, even now I found the answer. What was that? Mr. Marcisław? Moriarty wields the power of the Norns, the three Norse goddesses of fate. That explains why you were so absolutely untouchable. But that won't be a problem anymore. Yes, this is how it should be. I tumbled down the falls. Not because I was wounded, but because now that I know the truth, I must disappear. I may have been the foreign god's disciple, but by averting my eyes from the truth, I've been betraying my master all this time. And neither can I deny that I have betrayed Chaldea as well. After all, my job is to... Which makes this the perfect timing. After all, this is a problem even you overlooked. It is not that the problem was so difficult, even a great detective failed to recognize it. It is that Sherlock Holmes was simply ignoring it. That is what she meant. It was also a warning. I'm sorry, Miss Sion. I'm sorry I didn't realize what you were trying to so delicately to convey. But what else could I have done? A gentleman detective like myself, intentionally ignoring a problem? Unthinkable. Yet that is the emotion I experienced as a great detective working on the case of proper human history's murder for justice. An emotion that ill befits the heroic spirit of Sherlock Holmes. I enjoyed my time here immensely, every day of it. The fiendishly difficult cases, the impending crises, I may not have had Watson here, but I will deeply miss the days I spent traveling with so many allies. I turned a blind eye to the truth so I could remain with them. But I chose the best outcome in lieu of the worst. I wielded a detective's greatest weapons, reason and intelligence, right to the end. And now I'm smiling at Moriarty as he looks down on me. He stares back at me, his puzzled expression so clearly asking me, why? Why else? Because we, Chaldea, will win. There's no call for me to make some great deduction. No, I can say this with absolute confidence. We will win. I have no fear of death. All I have is confidence in our victory and a slight sense of relief. James Moriarty, you may have won, but the ultimate victory is mine. Goodbye, people of Chaldea. Goodbye, Mr. Zemlupus. Goodbye, Miss Sion, Captain Nemo. Goodbye, Da Vinci. Goodbye, Gordolf. Goodbye, Jelena. Goodbye, Mr. Marcisław. Goodbye, Miss Kyrielite. Goodbye, my dear, dear friends. Ah, what a wonderful time this has been. I won. At least I think I won. Chills crawled down his spine. He wasn't afraid so much as bewildered. What was that acquisitive chuckle? Still don't get it, do you? Who's there? Are you me? Why yes, think of me as you 30 years from now. What did you come to tell me? That you have made rather a dreadful mistake. You haven't a clue what you are doing, and who would know that better than me? No one knows you better than yourself, no? Huh. Don't give me that. I just defeated the man who spent your entire life losing to. Oh, indeed you did. You fought Sherlock Holmes man to man, and you won. Very dramatic, but you do have other things left to do, don't you? Well, good luck to you. You are going to need it. Not yet. This isn't over yet. That's right. I can't be spacing out like this. I still have to... Well, Chaldeans, as you've seen for yourselves, Sherlock Holmes is dead. That's one thing done, so I have just one more to take care of here. What's that? To take control of Chaldea, to gobble up your entire organization for myself. Oh, don't tell me that's any surprise. I believe I can win the war you're fighting far more efficiently than you can. With all due respect, which I guess is none at all. Witamy pana Łukasza Kamińskiego w gronie subskrybentów. Się przestraszyłem, zapomniałem jak to brzmi. With all due respect, which I guess is none at all. Did it never cross your mind that we might be just a little furious at you after you killed one of our own? Yes, I suppose I can see how you might feel that way. Of course I understand. No, you don't. You don't understand a damn thing. Read my lips. Piece of shit bird. I wasn't asking you. Well, Kadok, what do you think of my proposal? Is that your way of saying you want me to become your master? What? Right you are. I have no interest in Marcisław there whatsoever, you see. You are far more diligent, passionate, and most especially sarcastic than he is. Kobiet, jeszcze nie byłeś ze mną na żadnym evencie, nie masz prawa tego mówić. Was that supposed to be a compliment? Sure didn't feel like one. Anyway, no, hard pass. I'm done with betrayals. Huh? Oh, I see. So that is what you are misunderstanding. You needn't betray Chaldea. I will be the one doing the betraying. Seriously? So what, you are just gonna give up being a foreign disciple? That's just it. I'm a foreign disciple, not a disciple of the foreign god. My contracted allegiance is not to her, but to the system she possesses. Yes, the foreign god summoned me and gave me power, but I'm under no obligation to obey her. I've severed my ties to that fate. Right, the three goddesses of fate. Exactly. As Holmes told you, I have three divine spirits embedded in me. Urd, Verdrandi, and Skuld, the three Norse goddesses of fate. I can cut a thread to sever one fate and spin a new one. No wonder nothing could kill you. You kept changing your fate to make you undying every time you were attacked. O, jak Remilia w fejtach. Jak Remilia w Toho. That's right, this power also allowed me to throw off my shackles. I'm free now. However, I'd hate to continue the pretense that I'm still a foreign disciple. However, I'd hate to continue the pretense that I'm still a foreign disciple. It is, as they say, not a good look. Besides, I only became a disciple to defeat Sherlock Holmes. I was always planning to break my contract once that was done, and once I do, I'd rather have a new master. One like you, Kadok Zamlupus. I see. I look closer at Moriarty as he stands near the top of Reichenbach Falls. His abilities are extraordinary, his tactics and strategies are highly refined. And more than anything, he's speaking from the heart, even I can tell that much. So he probably really does mean to betray the foreign god. If we let him join Caldea, we might actually be able to handle situations like this even more efficiently. I can't just dismiss his notion out of hand, except there's just one thing. I'd be throwing away my pride. I wouldn't normally give a rat's ass about that. But that's human thinking. I'm not just a human. I'm a crypter and a mage. I will approach this rationally, then tell him what I decide. Alright, you want me to be your master? Fine. Kadok? Excellent, then let's get right to... Not so fast, I have two conditions. Conditions? First, you need to fight Marcisław and win. I want to see just how good you really are. Second, you have to accept the results without complaining. That's it, just those two. Conditions should be easy for a guy with the power of the goddesses of fate, right? It will hardly be a productive battle, but very well. You can do this, right, Marcisław? Pop him one in the face for Holmes. Charlemagne? You'd better believe I'm here. Charles the Great, the father of Europe, and the first Holy Roman Emperor. You are undoubtedly an A-rank servant. But you are lacking magical energy like crazy. But you are leaking magical energy like crazy. You wouldn't be able to fight for more than a few minutes at best. Plenty of time to kick your ass then. Ha! Asinine. Alright then, how about I call in one more servant? Another servant? Oh, you mean one of your summons? Please, by all means. Come to me. My first servant. O, zrzucamy ją w tym? Starting and summoning program assault. Commencing spiritron conversion. Jak nie teraz, to kurwa nigdy, więc no w końcu. All systems are go. Commencing emergency order. I'm sorry I took so long, Master. First servant, Schiller, Mashkiriolite, reporting for duty. I'm okay. If Holmes were here now, I'm sure he'd say, now, calm yourself, Miss Kiriolite. I'm not here to take revenge. I'm not here to take revenge. I'm here to fight for what I believe in. I like it. I know you were one of the Knights of the Round Table, but looking at you now, I'm tempted to make you my 13th paladin. Let's do this, Mash. It would be my honor, Charlemagne. Ridiculous. If you truly think you can take me, you are welcome to try. Huh? Insolent girl. She will only wear herself out. Oh well, I suppose I should take this chance to show them the sheer difference in our abilities. With the threats of my fate, Norns, her attacks will never touch me. That is fate. It is the very thing... That is fate. It is the way things are meant to be. What? But how? I hit him. Nice, let's keep it up. Right, here goes. Wait, stop! What's going on? My thread of fate, it's almost snapped. No, it's been weakened. That's right. In his final moments, Holmes told us that won't be a problem anymore. Now I know what he meant. When you defeated him, you also ended your fate. James Moriarty, you were Sherlock Holmes's greatest rival. But the reverse is true as well. Holmes was fated to be your rival. Alright, Chaldea. I will sink to whatever depths I must to claim victory, and not by a thin margin, but an overwhelming one. A victory without employing cheap tricks, a victory that will have you all kneeling at my feet, aided by my might. That is the only victory I will accept. So you won't accept it at all? O fated battleground. His spirit origin values are rising rapidly. Looks like he's finally getting serious. That's okay, we are serious too. Absolutely. Alright, time to pull out all the stops. You're a straightforward one, huh? I will meet you with all the power I possess then. That and that alone will give me the perfect dominating victory I seek. My name is James Moriarty. I am the foreign disciple, the Napoleon of crime, and the one who will soon command all of Chaldea. Here I come. Nie, 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 nie. He? A niech będzie. To nie jest do końca potrzebne. A niech będzie. Jestem fanem decyzji taktycznej podjętej przy układaniu tego teamu.
確率として勝利の道がある。ならば全力であがくしかない。では殺し合おう。君たちの得意技だろう。
システムオールチェック。
興味深い。
大丈夫ですから内熱衝撃板装填します。
Oja, oja. Gdybym tylko miał gwiazdki.
Still.
いつでもどうぞ。アペリティブ。宝具解放。我が最終式、究極的犯罪をここに証明しろ。ザ・ダイナミクス・オブ・アン アステロイド。なんだと。
Nie czekaj, Maszu dostała Mystic Ice'y od Kadoka.
ですよ断り。ああそこだ。さあ支払いの時間だ。
Kurczę, tak wolno.
恐れよ。悪に従え。 トリガーセット。はい行くぞジュワユーズ。永続不変の輝き、千変無限の彩り、万夫不倒の騎士たちよ、我が英雄を指し示せ。ジュワユーズホルドル。やるな。
おかわりどうぞ。
邪悪なる輝きを
Gwiazdki z niego lecą jak spinaty.
モリアーティ光線。よろしい。術式強化ぶっ飛ばす。かっこいいとこ見たくないかい。オーダーオーケー。あ輝けよ。そこだ。体験機能発動。邪悪なる輝きを物理で戦う。穴だらけ。悪に従え。
I tak nie wolno.
これかな。
奇妙超来承知いたしました。
おつまみだぞ。
内熱衝撃板装填します。
恐れよモリアーティ光線。物理で戦え。これかな。
おむすび
よしどれだね。ジン
猫が鳴いたらどうしましょう。明かりを消して
Ten
し
team
ま
nie
い
do
ま
końca
しょう。
działa. A! Dajkoku ten może nałożyć na nas heal'a. Trzeba było to zrobić wcześniej.
足元に気をつけて。
やるな。
究極的な光景をお目にかける。短期の闇、北の街すなわちザ・ダイナミクス・オブ・アン・アステロイド。やるな。おかわりどうぞ。
穴だらけだ。物理で戦う。穴だらけ。
Kurwa!
興味深いな。
Że szlak. Eee.
命令と
前に出ます。内熱衝撃板
Tej miastykajce nie działają.
物理で戦う。悪に従え。穴だらけだ。これかな。
見ていてください。
邪悪は芽生え、正義の果実はフランス。これこそが我が王マセマティカルマリグナントアナイアレイト。ぶっつりで戦え。
僕のご飯が冷たくな
穴だらけだ。これかな。
へえ。
オンザザンゼイうわっホムラとなる
来月衝撃版創建します。
邪悪なる輝きを。穴だらけだ。ぶっつりで戦え。よろしい。
源氏死にそうらえ。
こういうこともできる。どれにしようかな。
大札遂行。
まあいいだろう。
おお
Ona daje nam 2 i wejdzie wtedy, co nie?
サラソージュの
Proszę.
花の色、すなわちこの世の摂理を知るがいい。諸行無常、乗車必須。
やるな。
Kurwiu.
我が名に紐付けられし力、我が声に応えて門を開け。来たれ我が城、影の城、ゲート・オブ・スカイ。さあしもべたち、私の敵を殺せ。
Nie, tylko jednego i wejdę.
来月衝撃版
Nie no, ja tak tego nie zostawię. Moja ulubiona mechanika.
「特別だ。摂理さあ神戸を垂れて寒類にむせべ。
私の知らぬ影の城、私が有する影の城。空より来たれ、ここへ来たれ。
ゲート・オブ・スカイ。
私に勝利をもたらしなさい。
儚きは罪、この世はなべて散りあくた。我が王貴様を捕らえたぞ。諸行無常、乗車必須。
Nieważne co zrobię, i tak mnie gra wyrucha, co nie? Udane gówno.
内熱衝撃版装填します。
邪悪なる輝きをモリアーティ光線。質問がこれかな。
オルテナはい
ザ
神明凍結展開。これは多くの道、多くの願いを受けた幻
Mogłem
想の城。
poczekać tą turę. Myślałem, że to nie będzie, że to będzie do końca. Tylko 3 tury były. Ona żyje.
こういうこともできる。
Już niedługo, ale żyje.
内熱衝撃版装填します。
オン。サラソウジュの花の色、すなわちこの世の摂理を知るがいい。諸行無常、乗車必須。
やるな。
Co teraz?
邪悪なる輝きを穴だらけだ。恐れよ。
To teraz. To nieładnie.
過激よは死なず。
パラドックスエフェクターセット。
Jeszcze jej może nałożę
内熱衝撃版装填します。
odporność.
なんだと？
照準捉えました。
敗北か。仕方あるまい。だがまだ終わらん。
O nie, jest.
終わらせるには足りないものがある。
震え、凍てつき、砕け散る時まで。
Znaczy, jak chcę jeszcze jednego breakbara, to mogę mu dać i znowu mu skopię ryję. Nie widzę różnicy. Dziwne, że nie dało nam żadnych materiałów z Gotterdamerunga. Make no mistake, fate is not yet in stone. Not set in stone. It is in fact easily undone by something as small as a single pebble. Tell me, why do you think you lost? Sherlock Holmes. I should have waited to kill him until I had defeated all of Chaldea. Wrong. You are nowhere near the answer. Is it because I underestimated Marcisław? Wrong again. You had a firm grasp of his abilities from the outset. Who then? Charlemagne? Miss Masquerade? All wrong again. Wrong again. Isn't there someone else you are forgetting? Someone rather important to you? Kadoxem Lupus? But he didn't do anything. He just stood back and watched. He hadn't even fulfilled his role as a mass. Wait, you don't mean... Right, he made your threat of fate visible so it could be cut. Remember this for the next time, Greenhorn? Arrogance begets forgetfulness, and that leads you into traps aplenty. Now, here's another question for you. What do you think you should do now? Przeprosić i błagać o litość. Surely you are not about to wait graciously for them to kill you? Well, it seems we have another idealist in our midst. You will never grow up to be a me if you keep this up. Then again, perhaps all the other elements you have mixed in are preventing you from arriving at this conclusion. I can't blame you for being so accepting of death when you have the power of the three goddesses of fate. Remember this too, pretty boy. Escaping swift death may be difficult, but escaping the death that comes for you slowly is easy. You need only let go of your arrogance. This is as far as I go. That was the very last of my power. It was more than enough, thanks. You really helped me out, right up to the end. What else could I do? It was my master's dying wish. Right. Well, goodbye, Kadoxem Lupus. Before you go, I just want to say thank you. I wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for you. You're welcome, Master's Master. Bye. It would seem I've lost. Yes, you did. Your spirit origin is half destroyed, your magical energy is rapidly fading, and your equipment is so damaged you can no longer use your noble phantasm. You have lost, James Moriarty. Yes, you are right, quite right. By the way, Mash, I know you were the one who cut my thread, but you were the one who made it possible for her to do so, weren't you, Kadok? Yeah, that's right. I never said I wouldn't help them. Besides, I don't even have a servant of my own. If my help was enough to throw you off, you had no business in this fight anyway. I can't argue with that. Well, now that I have nothing more left to do than die a miserable death, allow me to make a proposal. A proposal? Would you spare me? Completely dumbfounded. Are you serious? Looks that way. What do you wanna do, Master? Just say the word and I will cut his head off right now. Why in the world would we spare the one who murdered Sherlock Holmes, our trusty administrative advisor? If I may, I believe I can legitimately claim self-defense there. Self-defense? Oh, Hehe, well done, Masquerade. I had a feeling you would be the first to realize. What are you talking about? Mash? Well, this goes back to when they were still alive. People thought both Holmes and Professor Moriarty died when they fell down the Reichenbach Falls. But Holmes resurfaced sometime later alive and well. Professor Moriarty, on the other hand, was presumed to have really died in the fall. So, if we take those events into account... Exactly. First he killed me, now I've killed him. That makes us even. What? No way. That can't be right. Can it? What kind of nonsensical argument is that for James Moriarty to resort to? You owe the Archer of Shinjuku an apology. What do I need to apologize to my older self for? All I did was speak the truth. Well, anyway, not much to worry about. I'm in the same boat as Charlemagne now. My spirit origin is half destroyed. I'm hemorrhaging magical energy like crazy. And the goddess's thread of fate has been cut. I will be dead and gone long before I can leave the singularity. Not even a temporary contract with you would change that now. Yeah, I guess you're right. Unless you've got some other trick up your sleeve, you will be dead pretty soon. And you're obviously in no state to keep anything that big hidden. You've gotta die in this singularity. You're gonna die in this singularity. Be that as it may, there's more to this singularity than that. There's also something incredibly important here. Something that will drastically affect your own future. Głośne westchnienie. I'm the only one who knows where it is. I'm the only one who can take you there. So what will you do? I'm just a servant. Sounds like Chaldea business to me, so I'm gonna keep my trap shut. You guys should be the ones to decide. I will keep my opinion to myself too. I know I don't have any right to weigh it on this. A valuable lead, huh? I think we should accept Moriarty's proposal, Director. Huh? But he's bad, Professor. If Holmes were here, I think he'd do the same. He'd never get so caught up in his emotions that he'd lose sight of the bigger picture. True, that does sound like him. And if you think the same, well, then there shouldn't be a problem. That just leaves you, Marcisław. What do you think? Okay, but I want to get him back once first. Get me back? Ah, you mean corporal punishment. Yes, that's fine. Au. Ta pięść wybiła zęby Bogu i on się teraz przed takim hechłem... Wow, co ten timeskip robi z człowiekiem? Are you okay, master? Not used to punching people, are you? Nieprawda? Nieprawda? Now then, about my temporary contract. I'm not making any contract with you. You know why. Your grief so earnest. Very well then, my contract is yours. You should be honored. Okay. I would hope you appreciate the gravity of the situation at least a little more than that. Ever hear the one about beggars and choosers, Moriarty? There, that should give me a little more time, but certainly none to waste on idle chatter. Alright, looks like things are all settled here. Hey Moriarty, I hate to entrust this to an embodiment of evil like you, but I'm also pretty sure you are the kind of guy who keeps his promises. So I'm counting on you to watch out for our master. Got that? Yes, I do. It would be absolutely inappropriate to betray him after I begged him to spare my life. We also know you didn't usually worry about how inappropriate something is before you do it, which is why I will be watching you like a goddamn hawk. Ha! I didn't know you knew me so well, although if you are saying that sort of thing then... Alright, it's time I was on my way too, Master. Thank you, Charlemagne. Really, I can't thank you enough. Oh, stop. Me? I just stick with whatever is awesome. You are awesome. That's really all it comes down to with me. Whether Rex Magnus Carl is in the digital sea, Wherever Rex Magnus Carl is in the digital sea, I bet he's happy about how this all turned out too. No wait, if he was here now, he'd probably say something about wanting to welcome Mash as his bride. Huh? Where would that come from? Oh, don't worry, he's not the type to go after someone else's woman, I think. Not feeling very reassured here. Now, it's all good. I was kinda worried how things were gonna go at first, but now I'm really glad I was summoned. Me too. I'm glad I met you. Oh, thanks. Sure am happy to hear that. Next time I hope we get a singularity with a lot more fun and hijinks. Something I can bring all my 12 paladins to have fun with. Next summer, boys. Next summer. In fact, we could ride the Knights of the Round Table. In fact, we could invite the Knights of the Round Table too. Oh, maybe we could even have a soccer match. That sounds great. Anywho, if you ever need any help, just call for me. So long. Oh damn it, I never did get used to these kinds of sad goodbyes. Farewell, Charlemagne. Okay, Moriarty, show us the way. And remember, we are all watching you. Hahaha, not to worry. At this point, I'm so weak a bad fall could do me in. Alright, before we go any further, I want you to tell us something. What is this important thing and where exactly is it? You did know that this was United States before the race shift, right? Yes. Though it certainly doesn't look like any state I recognize. Even if in the architecture seemed predominantly European. Well, I assure you, what I am about to show you could only happen in the United States. Guns. Nukes. I nie wiem co jeszcze. Płatna służba zdrowia. It's been within the Rage's realm in what would normally be the state of Nevada. O kurwa, my jesteśmy tutaj. To rozdział z Blue Bookiem się skończy. In a certain blank area, even Sancho, competent as she was, failed to notice. Don't worry, you will see what I mean when we get there. Egg of Truth dostaliśmy. Ironikalne. Dobra, zaraz pojedziemy kończyć, ale ja muszę... Po co ja idę? Nie pamiętam po co, ale po coś na pewno. Kapcie. Zapomniałem, że się suszą. Section 22nd. And you will know retribution. So, who's going to hold the reins for the golem car? Ah yes, I suppose it must be me, since I'm the only one who knows the way. Very well then, let's get going. Minerva, would you patrol ahead of and around us, just to be safe? Oh, Minerva wkurwiona. Oh, I just realized something. Where did that come from, Marcisław? Give me a little heads up before you shoot next time. Oh, sorry, I remembered something Pepe said. Couldn't help but notice there was no Team A in that lineup. You are right. We will have to remedy that someday. Once you are a real master in the true sense of the word. You, me and Kadok can all be Team A together. I can't wait. I had no idea he said that. Forget it. You have still got a long way to go before you can even think about calling yourself part of Team A, Marcisław. But if we pass up this chance now, we may never get another one. Personally, I'm all for calling ourselves Team A. A compromise then, we will be Team A-. Makes me feel like I'm back in school. I can totally see that. But I can't really like the negative connotation. But I don't really like the negative connotations of minus. So is there anything else we could go with? Plus. A tilde? That will work. I guess. So hey, by the way, I didn't know him that long, so this isn't hitting me too hard. But what about you guys? Are you talking about Holmes? Obviously. Did you have to bring that up, Kadok? It's bad for morale. Sorry, I just thought I was gonna say something, it ought to be now. Well, of course, I miss him. I wish we could have saved him, but if I'm being honest, I'm just in shock. You think he's still alive or something? No. They confirmed a Spirit Origin signal disappearing shortly after I reshifted. We know for a fact that it had to be his. That said, this is Sherlock Holmes we are talking about. It still wouldn't surprise me at all. If he were to just come back as though nothing had happened, that is what happened after he went over the Reichenbach Falls the first time. I heard Conan Doyle wasn't too happy about that though. Gotcha, so that's how you guys feel, huh? Guess that's the difference in knowing someone a long time. Indeed, well said, Mash. Simultaneously a member of Chaldea's old guard and one of its newest researchers. Knowing that handsome devil, he will come waltzing back as though nothing had happened. Indeed, I couldn't agree more. I have no proof of that, of course, but it's what I believe too, after all. What do you think, technical advisor? Here, I've got this. After all, there are still mysteries yet to be solved. Right? We still don't fully understand who or what the foreign god really is, how Earth got reset like this, or what role the trees of emptiness play. And there's no way any self-respecting great detective would live until all those questions have been answered. Exactly. I couldn't agree more. We will need to keep gathering information before he shows up with that knowing smile of his. That sounds like a wolf's howl. Don't worry, I already put up a beast ward. It should keep us safe for the night. You can change into your spirit form, Moriarty. Don't mind if I do then, thank you. How's Minerva doing? Not good. She was originally built with Olympian technology, you know. This is the best she can do in the Singularity's time period and technology level. Good work, Minerva. You can rest now. Camping out like this is a really nice change of pace. But I wish Pepe could be here too. Yeah, that would be nice. There aren't many mages as good in reading a room as him, that's for sure. He always knew what to say to keep things from getting awkward. Even Akuta would cave when he asked her for stuff. I still can't believe she was actually Yume Ren. Was it that surprising? Znaczy, kurwa, tak. It sure as hell was. It was like finding out your roommate was an alien. Or even worse, Chinese. What? I feel like such an idiot for even thinking she was just a quiet, mysterious mage. I still have no idea how she joined the team in the first place. According to Koyanskaya, Director Marisbury personally recruited her. He probably brought her in as a way of mitigating the risk of race shift-related existence verification. I see. Well, I did have a feeling Akuta and the old director made some kind of backroom deal. So I guess I wasn't wrong about that at least. Come to think of it, there's something I've been wanting to ask you, Kadok. What did you think of Kirstaria's plan? You mean to turn all of humankind into gods? Yes. It was such a hugely ambitious plan, like a pipe dream. I was curious how much you knew about it. About as much as Mr. Space Cadet here. That is not a damn thing. Hey. If anything had gone as he'd planned, we'd probably be enjoying our godhood right now. I definitely wouldn't have had any reason to stop him. I don't think it was a ridiculous idea, but it was definitely surprising. Surprising? Most mages are pretty much defined by their self-interest. Even high-minded ideas like saving all of humankind eventually get poisoned to the point where they lose sight of tomorrow, let alone the far future. If proper human history had kept going, Kirstaria would probably either have gained a new department or inherited a lord's seat. Either one of those accomplishments would usually be more glory than most mages could ever dream of. Instead, he came up with and tried to carry out a plan that couldn't have been more different. All his hard work, all his accomplishments, the glory he won, his incredibly privileged position. He was willing to give them all up, cause they didn't matter. He wanted to stand hand in hand with the rest of humankind. His skills as a mage were incredible, but personally I still can't believe he had such incredible strength of mind. I never noticed it when he was alive though. I just thought of him as the leader we all needed. Excuse me, Kadok, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I want to ask you about David, the crypter waiting for us in the 7th Frostbelt. What's your impression of him? Honestly, I still have no idea what to make of him. Sometimes he seemed like he was lost in endless darkness, and sometimes he seemed like he shone brighter than anyone else in the room. Other times I'd think I was getting through to him about something, only to find he didn't even seem to understand the words I was saying. And yet he was always pretty good at communicating, like alarmingly so. In that sense, he's a lot like Holmes. Sometimes he'd just chime in out of nowhere with the answer to the question you were trying to solve. I guess it felt like he was seeing things in a whole other dimension from the rest of us. Czyli że miał autyzm. He's the kind of guy who's both totally disjointed and completely consistent. That's David Sam Voigt. And that's about all I can say about him. Well, that's no help at all. Well, excuse the hell out of me. Maybe I should ask him about Ophelia too. What's up, Marcisław? Ophelia? Ophelia, huh? Well, unlike David, who didn't change at all, Ophelia changed a lot. I don't think it was a bad change, though. Actually, it seemed to surprise her more than anyone. Really? You think so? Hey, back before the explosion, we all would have been just as surprised to see you be in such a chatterbox smash. I see. I suppose you have a point. Ophelia was... Nah, never mind. It's not my place to talk about why she changed at this point. So I'm exercising my right to remain silent. You are not getting anything out of me, even if you turn my collar on. Maszu, dawaj guzik. Kurwa. Oh, don't worry about that. I shut your collar down a good while ago. You sure you should be telling me that? Oh well, at least I can relax a little more then. Having to worry about someone setting it off at any moment was unnerving to say the least. Okay, we should probably turn in for the night. Yes, I suppose we should, especially since we have an early morning. Got it. I will leave the fire burning. Babel, keep the fire burning. Good night. Good night, senpai. So hey, on a different subject. Go to sleep already. I rzeczywiście, tamta część wygląda jak Stany. Szara, brzydka i do dupy. After another day of travel, the quartet finally arrived. After another day of travel, the quartet finally arrived at their destination. Alright, here we are. Huh? We are here? Are you sure this is the place, Moriarty? There's nothing here, like, at all. Yes, because I arranged for it to appear that way. We are at the correct coordinates. Hang on. This place. These coordinates. Moriarty, are you positive this is the destination you had in mind? It's as surprising as it is obvious, no? I see. I honestly thought you might be pulling our leg and I was gonna have Mash knock you upside your head if you were. My intent here is not to pull anyone's leg, especially not now. Alright then, everyone, say the password with me, won't you? Password. I'm certain you know it. It's the same password that's been used to open closed doors since the dawn of history. Do we really have to say it? Only if you don't want to see me sulking. Fine with me, Moriarty. You're welcome to sulk all you like. Oh, very well then, here goes nothing. Open sesame. Really, Marcisław, you really said it? Even Moriarty was too taken aback to say it with you. What a waste. Fakt, nie ten guzik. What a waste. Come on, don't leave me hanging here. Oh, yes, sorry. Ahem. Open sesame. Is that an earthquake? The hell? There's a staircase out here. So what? We've gotta go. So what? We've gotta go underground now? Perhaps it's underground, perhaps not. There's only one way to find out if you are brave enough. Come on, let's go. Okay. At least pretend to be a little worried. Well, shall we? I suppose we should. It's very deep, isn't it? And dark. I can barely see my hand in front of my face. That's a problem for sure, but it's not the only one. For one thing, these stairs aren't made of stone. Oh yeah, you're right. The texture clearly isn't natural. It feels fairly modern too. Watch your step. If you slip and fall here, you will have a long way to reflect on your error on the way down. We've still come a pretty damn long way though. What is this? The third sub-level? Fourth? By my calculations, our destination is on the 10th level. Or thereabouts. I suspect the one who built this shelter was wary of someone using a guided ground penetration round, such as a bunker buster. Ha. Bunker buster? I mean, I've heard the word before, but that's a modern military weapon, no? What does that have to do with this place? Quite a lot, as you will see. Now let's keep going. O, nie wierzę, że w końcu to robimy i rajdujemy strefę 51. Okay, we are down the stairs. Is everyone alright? So tired. Don't blame you. Don't blame you. Going down a stairway in the dark really wears on you, especially so deep down. Here, master, hold my hand. That should help put your mind at ease a little. Huh? O kurwa, tylko nie on. Mogę go udusić. Master. Zhang? Don't worry about him, he's already dead. Huh? I don't know much more than that. Let's see, I think it was... oh yes. He's a Shiji Asian, a corpse-free immortal being of the lowest level in the Xian realm. But since he's a corpse, he can't receive magical energy from his master. Zhang had no choice but to create clones of himself and then make them forget they were clones. For if they became aware of this true nature, they would lose their sense of self and ultimately disappear. This way, even if he was assassinated or killed in battle, He would continue to create clones of himself so long as his original body remained here. Once resurrected, that clone would eventually restore the singularity to the way it was. He would then invite more summoned servants to join him, fan the flames of conflict, and instigate another war between realms. All for his master. But no more. To produce clones in that manner, he had to turn his body into a sort of automated system. He became a system capable neither of evolving nor defending itself. In essence, a mere object. So Zhang Jue was protecting this place? Not of his own free will, no. It would be more accurate to say he had no choice but to do so. His master may have created this singularity, but it was Zhang Jue who raised it, so to speak. It was his dedication that transformed this singularity into the bizarre complex thing it became. Alright, I'm going to open a door now. I suspect you won't be able to communicate with Caldia once we go through it. In fact, your connection is likely already spotty, you know? He's right, we won't be able to maintain comms past that point. All three of you, be careful. Don't worry, I will make sure we come back. That's what I like to hear. No matter what you find in there, Kadoxamrupus, the safe return to the team takes top priority. Understood? Yeah, got it. I hate to say this, but you are our only hope. Those other two still have yet to learn to look before they leap. Oh yeah, I know exactly what you mean. We are not that bad. Are we? Yes, you absolutely are. Anyway, guys, just be careful. I want to hear all about what you saw when you get back. Alright, here we go. The two mages and lone demi-servant gaped at the sight that greeted them. Are we in space? What I need to show you lies beyond this point. Are we going to see the root? Come along then, we are off to where this singularity began. Where it began? But it looks just like... Kadok? Sorry, it's nothing. How much further is it? Oh, don't worry, not far now. Okay, let's go. Right. The four companions walked wordlessly along the corridor of space. None could take the time to either enjoy or dread the haunting, beautiful scenery. Tension hung thick in the air, as if the atmosphere itself were bearing down upon them. A creeping uneasiness settled over Marcisław, Kadok, and Mash. It was as unpleasant as it was unwelcome. It was the same feeling one might get tiptoeing along a treacherous mountain path in the dead of night. The strangeness of it warmed them all. They were about to see something deeply unsettling. We are almost to this singularity's master. Needless to say, he has been trying to enact his retribution upon proper human history. I believe I told you once before he had every right to do so, Kadok. In truth, that's not entirely accurate. Rather, his position simply left him no other choice. It was both his assigned duty and his personal responsibility. Even if he'd had no intention of seeking revenge, his very existence shifted, preventing him from doing anything else. As his servant, Zhangzhou did everything in his power to grant that request, which led to him creating this enormous singularity. And it all started here in the US, in the state of Nevada in 2019, in Area 51. We are here. This is the last door. Are you ready? Marcisław? Master? Open it, Moriarty. All right. What they saw within was both perfectly ordinary and anything but. Kadok had been a mage his entire life. Masz and Marcisław had fought in all manner of singularities and lost worlds. All three were well accustomed to the strange and mysterious. That is not what shocked them so. But they had never before been in a situation in which the mundane was so mysterious. What is this place? Exactly what it seems. You could call it an operating room, an extensive care unit, or a laboratory. The equipment on the walls is, apparently, all cutting edge. Best you leave it alone, though. No, none of that was the problem. None of that was the problem at all. Their minds refused to process what they were seeing. Every synapse in their brains was screaming at them not to look at what was in this room. Well, it seems my time has finally run out, but before I go, allow me to introduce you. This is the being behind this entire singularity. He is a being said to have first arrived on Earth approximately 100 years ago. Since then, he has been subjected to countless experiments, each of which further stroke his hatred for humanity. This is Test Subject E. I rzeczywiście coś takiego stało tutaj, jak Blue Book wlazł do pokoju i miało gun. Proof completed. Unprovable. Ex falso quod libet. Co? Ej! No się zastanawiałem, czy dadzą nam jednego, czy naprawdę dadzą wszystkie trzy. No to dali wszystkie trzy. Dziękować. Ej! 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 Na chuj mi ten Mictlan. Realm of the Thanatos Impulse Traum has vanished. You will be able to access the Realm of the Thanatos Impulse Traum map to play 3 quests from main interludes. Ej! Hej! We've lighted prayer in our hearts. What must one do to be a good person? The answer is obvious. Help those in need. Night or not, that is what any decent human must strive to do. I want you to feel the earth under your feet. I want you to take a deep breath, yell at the top of your lungs, and laugh until your sides hurt. Yes, when you get right down to it, that is all I truly desire. This is awful. I don't have the right to end my life in such bliss. This is a scene from a dream. A vision of impossible worlds, where fast-beating hearts are drawn together, cherishing the joy of loving and being loved. Yet, despite knowing they can never be, you can still see them clearly. Frivolous days spent leaping across fantasies, frolicking in fields, and earnestly embracing the gentle breeze that accompanies those who are implicitly precious to us. Takie wersje pozatraumowe, nawet mamy... Chciałem powiedzieć, że mamy Sancho, który jest częściowo prawdziwym Sancho, ale nie do końca, bo nadal ma końskie ucha. Mimo że Rocinante jest teoretycznie osobnym bytem tutaj. Ale hej, mamy pierwszy wzgląd na pierwszy ascent Johanny. Tak, zapomniałem go oznaczyć. Cokolwiek. Strzelmy tego ostatniego rola. No więc, tak oto się kończy Traum. Dziwnie się kończy. W środku akcji się kończy. W momencie, który chciałbym kurna poznać dalej, się kończy. Dalszy jego... Cokolwiek dalsze zobaczymy pewnie dopiero za pół roku. Nie, pod sam koniec roku. Po drodze chyba nie będzie żadnego main interluda. No cóż. To by było na tyle w takim razie. Ale zanim wszystko się ostatecznie skończy i się pożegnamy i rozejdziemy. Gdzie to jest? A, tu tego nie ma. Teraz tak. Tu wyłączyć. Tu się przenieść. Tu odpylić. I poczekać 5 sekund. Jutro jest środa. Planowo byłby stream, ale tym razem go nie będzie z powodów kurde wiadomych. Czemu to się nie chce pojawić? Whatever. Tu jest. Czy byłby, gdyby się pojawił? Gdzie to jest? To jest to? Co tu się od... A. Nie wiem, co się dzieje. Halo? Kurwa? No, no ja pierdolę. Tu go widzę. O, jest. No więc po paru latach w końcu jest z nami i dowiemy się pojutrze w czwartek, czy było warto. O. Fatal error. Fat to jest twoja stara. Czemu ja mam czarny ekran? A, bo gra się włączyła 2 razy. Co się stanie, jak kliknę? A no tak, Wuthering Waves is scheduled to officially launch on May 23rd at 10 o'clock UTC+8. Mam nadzieję, że ta gra nie będzie wymagać za bardzo połączenia z siecią, bo jeżeli tak, to no się pieprzymy bardzo blisko w premierę. A to będzie boleć. Ping będzie zajebisty. Więc mam nadzieję, że nie. PGR nie ma jakiegoś tam łączenia z serwerem co 5 sekund. Więc zobaczymy, jak duży będzie Genshin Factor. Tymczasem do zobaczenia w na chuj Miktlanie, fejtowcy. Z Bogiem.